Welcome to the lecture about online learning skills. When it comes to learning online, you will need to have mastery of particular skills. These include, but are not limited to, learning preferences. You should be able to learn using different types of materials, video, audio, text, and image. Information literacy. You should be able to differentiate reliable and unreliable information. And time management skills. You should be able to know how to manage your time and conflicting priorities. In this video, we will discuss these skills and how you will put them into practice in this course. While learning styles theory has been debunked multiple times, there might be something to the idea that people process information better when it is presented in a particular manner. For instance, personally, I learn better through the written word. It allows me to pause, reread, and properly understand the content. Information presented to me through audio makes me feel that I've lost control of the content, and oftentimes I find myself drifting and hitting the replay button because I've missed something that was said. Now, this doesn't mean that I can't learn or follow instructions when something is presented via audio format. It just means that I have a strong preference for written content, probably due to the fact that over the course of my life I've developed strong reading abilities. This might be the same for you. Or perhaps you have read a lot of graphic novels in your life and you prefer visual representations. There is no right or wrong way to learn. In this course, you will be provided with these two formats as well as video and images about a particular topic, and you'll be asked to respond to some questions related to this topic. Information literacy is another very important skill that online learners should possess. As an online student, you will need to know when information is coming from a reliable source, which can be potentially cited in your assignments. There is so much information available, particularly online, so knowing what to trust and what to avoid is crucial. Some things to look out for include, if a story sounds too ridiculous to be true, it's probably fake. Secondly, check the source. Is it a source you have heard about, or is it completely obscure? Thirdly, check the grammar. No reputable source will hire writers or editors that will allow a mess of an article to be published. If you spot more than a few spelling or grammatical errors, it's probably not trustworthy. The third skill relates to time management. Taking online classes are attractive because they can fit into your schedule. Or can they? Online classes, just like traditional classes, require good time management in order to keep track of due dates, and you will sometimes find that online classes require more work. Have you ever tried to do more than one thing at a time? I know I have, and I often think I've done a very good job, until I reread the email I sent out and see that it's rife with errors. Multitasking is actually an impossibility because of the way that our brains work. We have a limited amount of cognitive bandwidth, and it's simply not a good idea to stretch that. You'll end up making more errors that you will have to fix later on, and possibly even more mentally exhausted than if you had focused on one thing at a time. As discussed in the Make the Most of Your Workday New York Times article, you can improve your ability to monotask by making a few simple changes. Resist the urge to check social media. This is a strong pull for a lot of people, so if this is hard for you, you should consider using anti-distraction software like Self-Control or Antisocial. Simply put away your cell phone. You could also just take a walk around. This has been found to lift your mood, help you refocus, and even reduce hunger. You can also work in intervals. Set a timer for 10 to 20 minutes and commit yourself to working on your task for that time. Then once your time is up, allow yourself a minute or two of distraction and then work for another 10 to 20 minutes. It might be hard at first, but the brain is like a muscle. It grows stronger with each training session. Taking a good look at your other responsibilities, whether they be work, kids, or even spending time at the gym, is wise in order to ensure that you have the time to take online classes. In order to practice the skill of time management, you will need to complete and reflect upon a priority matrix, where you will place different tasks into priority quadrants. There will be a short video on this later on in the course. So there you have it, the 3 online learning skills that we will focus on in this course. Being successful in an online course requires other skills as well, but these have been identified as the main ones to get you started. As with anything, practice makes perfect, and with each online class you take, you'll find yourself becoming more confident learning in an online environment. Remember to have fun. Any questions? Go to the Q&A discussion board for general questions, or email your instructor directly for any specific queries.